How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive a 1600 wheel horsepower twin turbo Lamborghini Huracan Performante from a first person point of view. Let's go ahead and pop the hood to look at that beautiful engine and AMS twin turbo kit. So from the factory, we've got a 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V10 making 633 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. Thanks to AMS, built by Speed Circuit, we now have 1600 wheel horsepower. Billet intake, billet transmission, every single gear is built. Taking a look at the interior of the Huracan Performante, gorgeous Alcantara steering wheel, Alcantara bucket seats. This car had the Nürburgring lap record for a while. So this is a purpose-built circuit track car, but it's been modified into an absolute beast in the quarter mile. All right, guys. Let's take it for a spin. On the inside, to fire up the Huracan Performante, we've got this flip-up fighter jet style start-stop button. Go ahead and click that. Now we've got adjustable Motec traction control and adjustable power levels. Over to the left here, we've got two different dials that go from 1 to 10. It's a percentage of traction control and a percentage of power if you want to turn it down, but we are in full kill mode. So let's see what it's like to drive a 1600 horsepower Huracan Performante. All right, guys, we are leaving Texas 2K now in the twin turbocharged Huracan Performante. I gotta give a huge shout out to my friend Rico, Roughneck Actual on Instagram, for letting me drive this thing. You just took it out on the strip. What did you run?
So, trapped 183.
That is ridiculous. The crazy part is he was racing the world's fastest GTR and the car that set the record last year at Texas 2K, and it went 236 next to you. Yeah. What did that look like?
It felt like I was standing still. It was embarrassing.
So you guys will see how fast this car is. So to make it look like it's standing still is actually ridiculous. The car makes 633 horsepower stock. That's probably the mid 500s to the wheels. My supercharged Huracan was about 680 to the wheels. This has nearly 1,000 wheel horsepower more than that. So we're gonna get some distance away from this cop at first, but the first thing I noticed is how easy it is to drive. It almost drives completely like a stock Huracan Performante, which is pretty hard to do. You said it's running on a Motec ECU?
Yeah, Motecs. All the trimmings. We got a Stage 5 Plus AMS trans, GPS traction control, which is why it stays so planted. We have our own, boost solenoid setup, from our shop at Speed Circuit. Just all the trimmings without a built motor.
GPS traction control is pretty crazy. All right, bye-bye, police.
Yeah.
So you did a long road trip in this thing, right?
Yeah, I drove it from Philly to Jacksonville.
That is actually insane.
Because a lot of people don't believe that these cars are reliable once you turbo them. And to prove that it's reliable and that we can build fast cars, I was like, why not?
Oh my God. Wow. So normally in Corsa mode, it doesn't automatically upshift for you unless you're in launch control, but they've done tuning with Motec to make sure it auto upshifts.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, it's so fast now, you don't have a choice.
It actually is ridiculous. I've had the pleasure of driving a lot of fast cars, and this is at that next level where it's borderline ridiculous. And the crazy part is you go to an event like Texas 2K, and then you feel like you want more power.
Yeah, so surprisingly, this car is damn near slow by a lot of the students here at Texas 2K.
A lot of people ask me, like, hey, why aren't you bringing your McLaren to Texas 2K? And at 750 wheel, it's not even on the map for a car that could be competitive, let alone anything other than downright embarrassing. But yeah, just cruising along in 7th gear. It's not super loud. You can't even really hear the turbos right now. And then you flick it down a couple gears and accelerate, and it's absolutely ballistic. In the roll race, what are you starting in second?
I'm actually going between, so it depends on the car that I'm lined up against.
Okay.
But, most cars I'll be in third, because you're at the top of second.
Yeah.
And, you only have freaking 1,500 RPM to go.
Sure. All right, we're getting passed by a truck here, which that won't do. Oh my God. You know, stock, the car pulls crazy from 0 to 60. I think it's 0 to 60 in 2.4 seconds. But this thing pulls from 60 to 130, and I'm sure onwards up to 180 plus, like an absolute freight train. All right, we've got a cop here, so hopefully he didn't see me do that.
No, we're good.
All right. There are so many police out here for Texas 2K. They know that these cars are gonna go from the track, and then the 1,000 to maybe 23 horsepower ones hit the streets at nighttime, whereas, what would you say, like the 2,500 to 3,000 plus horsepower ones, they're track cars. They don't hit the road.
Don't come out. Yeah, they have nothing to prove unless, you know, it's for big clout or big money.
Yeah. That's crazy. You know what? There's no prize for Texas 2K, right? There's no money prize?
I'm not sure. I know I'm not going to get it. So even if it was, I'm not going to.
Fair enough. Well, I was thinking about that the other day, like if there was a $50,000 prize or something, the people who win spend $500K to $1 million building their car for the season. So they're not really going to get an ROI unless the prize is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just bragging rights. It's just to say, I won 2K.
Yeah, I mean, that would be pretty ridiculous to say.
It would be. Like, I'm not spending that level of money to come back.
Yeah, 100%. And so you were saying that this car was capable of like 1,800 wheel.
Yes.
And that you might turn it up for the roll racing later.
We might. Generally, you're going to want a built motor for that.
Yeah,
you're still
okay.
a stock motor. So it depends. Like, I'm pretty sure I'll qualify, but if I get close to not qualifying, we'll turn it up.
Makes sense. Yeah, might as well
go for broke.
save the motor unless you need to.
Yeah, we'll do one glory pass.
So what's the next step from here? Your motor's not built and it can withstand 1,600 wheel?
Yeah. You know, that's pretty, you're getting right around the edge, around 1,600 or so. Like, a lot of motors pop even at, you know, 1,400, 1,500.
Wow.
So if you're going, I'd say above around 1,200, 1,300, you're going to want to billet intake manifold like we have, because the plastic runners grenade and get sucked in and you can do a motor anyway. When you get to the 2,000 horsepower point, like, obviously it's going to be a built motor, but a lot of guys do billet blocks. You know, that's all the rage right now, which, is it necessary? Nah, but it looks cool. You know, so to do 1,800, you definitely want to have a built motor.
Fair.
Billet block, nah. Built motor, 100%.
And then what level do you have to build the trans, like after 800 wheel?
You could get away, so you could still get away with just a clutch at around 1,000. People are running stock transmissions at 1,000 with no clutch, nothing. I would recommend doing a clutch at least, you know. Sure. You don't have to do, you know, the Pro Max. You could do the Sport Max or Sportsman, and you could, you know, run with DS1. You don't need Miltech.
Oh my God.
You don't have to do a billet gear set, but I did. I did billet first through 7 just because.
That cop's at the top of the hill. Oh boy. Well guys, there you have it. That's what it's like to drive a 1,600 wheel horsepower Huracan Performante with a twin turbo kit from AMS. Thank you, dude. This was an awesome experience. So make sure to follow him on Instagram. I'll link his YouTube channel as well. Look forward to seeing you guys next video.